this tiny little air compressor air up the tire on the 5th gen Toyota 4Runner? Let's find out. I got this little guy in as part of a bundle from a larger air compressor. It's made by AstroAI. You can get it on Amazon. Pertinent specs here. The thing that's interesting is this is rated up to 150 psi. That means it can handle tires on mid-size SUVs such as the ones on Bruce here. These are 285/70/17s supposedly. So you just power it on. There go my sunglasses. Power it on, you got a nice bright readout. You can change the quick modes. Right now it's on vehicle. Hit the mode button, bicycle, mode button again, scooter tire, mode button again, inflatables like basketballs as you see there. So we're going to switch it back. It also has a manual mode as you saw there. Switch it back to the vehicle, and we're going to set the preset PSI to 35 pounds per square inch. Speaking of that, you can actually change the units from PSI, any kind of unit that you need. Of course, I'm going to put it back to PSI because we're here in the States. We're going to talk about just a few of the other particulars about this little air compressor in a second, folks. But basically, all you do, turn it on, put the nozzle, the air hose, right here, screw that in. Make sure it's good and tight. Attach that to the valve stem of your tire. And that should give us a readout. We're at 15 psi now, so I'm just going to turn this on, see how long it takes to go from 15 to 35 psi. All right. Actually, fairly impressed with that. Came back inside the unit itself. It's hot. It's not extremely hot. As you can see, during the actual filling of this, I kept checking the hose, checking the unit itself to see if it was overheating. The reason for that is, according to AstroAI, the user's manual, you shouldn't let this bad boy run for more than 15 consecutive minutes. So we came in, I'll have to look at the video. I think that maybe it'd been the 12, 13 minute mark, going from 15 PSI to 35 PSI on the 285/70/17. That's an E-range tire. Actually, I can't believe this thing actually did that as quickly as it did, and as seemingly painless as it was for it to do so. Didn't shimmy really, didn't shake even after it got up to the higher PSIs. I'd be interested to, let's say, let this cool off. I think it says 12 minutes after every 15 minutes of operation. Yeah, to let this cool off, go back down there and go from, let's say, 35 to 50 PSI on those E ranges to see how it handles those higher pressures. So, just a few quick things, guys. You saw the little air attachment here. That, of course, comes with it. You have a little bag of goodies. This looks like a Schrader, like an attachment for some bike tires. You have a needle attachment. You have a few little attachments, I'm sure, that are for inflatable toys like floaties and that kind of thing. In that little bag, you have a USB-C cable. You don't have a dongle. I'm assuming these days it's just assumed that you have something to plug this into for the AC outlet, but this thing will charge from a USB-C connection. The very bottom, you have the charge port. That's how you actually charge the unit here, the USB-C. But you will also see a regular size USB cable. That's because, folks, like everything else these days, it seems like, this can charge your devices. That means it has output charging. And if I'm not mistaken, here on the back, it says 26 milliamps times 2. I'm assuming that would charge 2,600 milliamps twice. I'm not exactly sure. But a few of the specs you saw outside. This is 80 watts of power. It has an input of 5 volts and an output of 5 volts as well. So the USB, 5 volts, the USB-C, yeah, it's okay, 5 volts. A few little things about the unit that I didn't show you out there. It has a light here, and you have a light button, a little flashlight. So I'm going to just press that. Turns on a nice little light. Now it's not going to put a hole in the world. It's not that bright. But if you're out in the middle of the night, you'll have another flashlight, any other source of illumination. That will definitely come in handy to get this guy hooked up or to do anything else that you might not want to do in the dark. Push the light again, turns into red flash, and I think if you push it again, it goes a little faster. Or that may just be blinking SOS. You'd let me know down in the comments. So press it again, turns off the light. For something that came bundled in with the other air compressor, that other air compressor, by the way, is a dual piston. I've already used it once. It's amazing. It stays extremely cool compared to some of the other compressors I've used. Let me know if you want to see an actual review on that. But yeah, folks, this little guy right here, standalone. I'm going to use it not to always air up my tires. I'm going to have it for a backup. I'm going to leave it charged up, leave it in the car in case, God forbid, the other one goes out in an emergency. I'll have this little guy for backup to at least get a tire aired up enough to get me wherever else I need to go to get it fixed. One last thing before I go, you can see the battery lost about a bar. So from 15 to 35 PSI, I lost a bar. Still very impressive. Yeah, not dissatisfied with this guy in the slightest. Of course, time will tell how well it does long term. All that being said, folks, really quick, I know I've seemingly abandoned this channel. I have a good reason for that, at least I think I do. As you can tell, Leia and I are no longer living full-time on the road. I feel like trying to make it, well, maybe inadvertently make it look like we're living full-time on the road, which we did for 2 years out of Bruce, the 4Runner, would be disingenuous, and I don't want to do that. But I am going to continue the channel, probably with little stuff like this that you can use in your everyday sort of life, in your travel life, especially in your off-grid life also. And we will be going on little trips here and there. I've left the major units in Bruce, all the sleep, all the storage, all the solar, all the plumbing, all that's in place. We're just not living there full-time anymore, at least for the foreseeable future. All that being said, guys, if you want to head over to my other channel, that's just Adam Welch, the photography type channel. I just posted an episode not too long ago that's the same kind of stuff that I was doing from the road. That's called Dead in Fires Creek. I'll leave a link down there in the description. So yeah, folks, if you're still here, if you've been sticking around with me, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Things have changed considerably since I started this channel. They continue to do so. And like I said, I do appreciate you guys sticking around there for all these sorts of reviews, all the stuff going on with the 4Runner life, the travel life. It's still going, just to a milder extent. Thanks a lot for being here, folks.